Greetings, everyone. My names are Itumeleng Megmatlama. I am a student here at the National University of Lesotho, and also I am a coordinator of what is called G17 UAC Lesotho chapter. So G17 UAC is, firstly, I will be presenting to you my project, which is about SDG 13, titled Climate Action. So just so that we be on the same page, I'll just give a brief explanation on what is G17 UAC. So G17 UAC is a global fellowship which is dedicated to molding university undergraduates into resilient leaders through experiential learning with focus on advancing sustainable development goals. So under this consortium, in each university, 17 ambassadors are selected and a coordinator. And each ambassador is assigned an SDG. As we all know, or those who don't know, the Sustainable Development Goals emanate from the Sustainable Development Goals of the UN. Yes. So I have been assigned SDG 13, which is what is mainly my project, which I'm about to present to you right now. So without further ado, allow me to present the project to you guys. And also thank you for even starting to watch this video. It's highly appreciated. Alright, here we go. So my project is all about climate change awareness and educating people on the effects and the negative effects and causes of climate change, and how is climate change affecting us in Lesotho. So I would like to first define what is climate change, then go over the causes and the effects of climate change. So over here, this is, as I was saying, here is the definition of climate change. It reads as follows. Climate change refers to long-term shifts in temperatures and weather patterns. Such shifts can be natural due to changes in the sun's activity or large volcanic eruptions. And I would like to also make emphasis on that combating climate change is one of the biggest challenges that we face today. So we need to join hands together to fight against climate change. At this stage, I would like to go through the causes and effects of climate change. We have climate change. Alright, we have climate change causes. 1. Rapid industrialization, energy use, agriculture practices, deforestation, consumer practices, livestock, resource extraction, and pollution. So what is industrialization? Industrialization is the process of transforming the economy of a nation or region from a focus on agriculture to a reliance on manufacturing. And also, one might not know what is deforestation, so I will just quickly give or provide its definition. Deforestation, in simpler terms, is the removal of trees on a vast level, the clearing of trees, the clearing of trees, or rather, to explain it further, one can say that it is the large-scale removal of trees and forests by humans to convert the land for other uses. And the next cause, which I would like to make elaboration on, is resource extraction. Resource extraction is the withdrawing of materials from the environment for human use. This includes fossil fuels, such as oil, gas, and coal, rocks and minerals, biomass, biodeforestation, and fishing and hunting, and water. Next, we have pollution. Pollution is which is the last cause that is mentioned here. Pollution is the introduction of contaminants, or to say in different words, harmful materials into the natural environment that cause adverse change in the environment. So now I would like to go through the effects of climate change. I'm not sure if this is visible enough, but here they are. The first effect is rising temperatures, rising sea levels, unpredictable weather patterns, increasing extreme weather events, land degradation, loss of wildlife and biodiversity. So I want this to be informative as much as possible, so I would define some terms. All right, land degradation. So what is land degradation? Land degradation is a process where land becomes less healthy and productive due to a combination of human activities or natural conditions. Causes of land degradation is soil pollution, soil erosion, overgrazing, and extraction of minerals on the same place over and over again. Right. Now, well, I'd like to go through this diagram that you see over here. It's okay if it's not visible, because after this I will provide clear pictures of all this. So this diagram, a very important diagram, which illustrates the interconnectedness between these three main topics that you see here: the ecosystem conservation, climate change mitigation, sustainable development. So the ecosystem conservation, right? So the ecosystem conservation is about protecting and restoring natural ecosystems like forests and wetlands, as to help with carbon sequestration, which is crucial for climate change mitigation. Right. So climate change mitigation, which is the next component here. Efforts. Climate change mitigation is about efforts to reduce greenhouse gases emissions and to limit global warming, of which are central to addressing climate change. Now, the last most crucial component of this diagram, sustainable development, is about meeting present needs without compromising the ability of future generations to meet the needs, encompassing economic, social, and environmental aspects. This definition that I just provided is provided for by the World Commission. You can check it out after this presentation just to be sure. So this diagram, this whole diagram, it highlights the following key points: stability, services and well-being, risk control, and lastly, eco-political support. Right. Now let's go over this. Let's go over this key point, which is stability. Ecosystem conservation ensures the stability of natural systems, which in turn supports climate change mitigation and sustainable development. Services well-being is mainly about healthy ecosystems, which provide essential services like clean air and water, which contribute to human well-being and support this sustainable development. Now, the next key point, which is risk control, climate change mitigation, and ecosystem conservation help manage risk associated with climate change, like extreme weather events and biodiversity loss. Last but not least, eco-political supports. Eco-political supports. This is what I am talking about. All right. So, political and institutional support is crucial for implementing policies and actions that promote ecosystem conservation, climate change mitigation, and sustainable development. That is all about this diagram, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching this. At this juncture, I will provide how is climate change affecting us in Lesotho. Right, so I'm doing this because I've always been taught that whatever you do or in whatever thing that you do or say, you must always bring the point home. So this is me providing relevance of climate change in our country, Lesotho. Yes. So, right, Lesotho is a small landlocked country in Southern Africa surrounded by the Republic of South Africa. For the basis of time, I will not go through all this. Yes, I mentioned at the beginning of this presentation that I will provide pictures of all this. So, the geography and location of Lesotho exposes it to climatological patterns from both the Indian and Atlantic Oceans, resulting in significant variability in temperatures. All in all, this information provided here, it all points down to one thing. It all points down to one thing, which is that Lesotho's geographical characteristics and socio-economic conditions, especially for its rural population, make it one of the most vulnerable countries to the impacts of climate change. Additionally, Additionally, the country is vulnerable due to its high dependence on rain-fed agriculture and reliance on regional important energy supplies. I would like to just quickly go through the negative effects of climate change in Lesotho, which are as follows. They are listed here. I only mentioned 5. There are so many. We can go all day. 1, the first negative effect is increased frequency of extreme events such as droughts, floods. Secondly, increased rates of soil erosion and desertification. Thirdly, reduced soil fertility, increase in temperatures, adverse environmental impacts for soil erosion, deforestation, recurrent droughts, desertification, land degradation, loss of biodiversity and wildlife. So we have the key sectors that make the vulnerable key sectors in Lesotho. I tabled out just 5 of them. Firstly, we have agriculture, livestock, health, water resources, and tourism. So, like I mentioned, I wanted this presentation to be informative as much as possible, but for the basis of time, I've already made a very long video. So the definition of soil erosion, deforestation, we will properly look at it on the pictures that I will provide after this presentation. Right. So Now there's Lesotho's second national, excuse me,